prophetic medicine is inexpensive, affordable, easily obtainable. It has no side effects or adverse effects. Furthermore, like Unani medicine, it is perceived as natural and safe. It is herbal in nature and contains both therapeutic and preventive aspects of health. On the other hand, many modern medicines are obtained through a series of synthetic reactions. They have strong side effects. They are potent medicine, pharmacologically active medicine. They are also more expensive and ordinary people cannot afford to have. Examples are drugs for chemotherapy, AIDS, psychosis, vaccines, sera, etc. It is true that the effects of modern medicine are fast, but at the same time they may also affect other vital body organs, and in many cases they are contraindicated in a variety of circumstances. However, unlike modern medicine, prophetic medicine mostly contains preventive aspects of health. Hazrat Abdullah ibn Amr radiallahu ta'ala anhu once sought the permission of the Prophet ﷺ to write down his sayings during his lifetime. The Prophet ﷺ made a sign with his finger towards his own mouth and said, "You keep on writing. I swear by the one in whose hands my life is, nothing but truth comes out from my mouth." This is a sound hadith recorded by Abu Dawud. There was another incident. Once upon a time, an old woman came to the Prophet ﷺ and told him to pray for her so that she can enter Al-Jannah. The Prophet ﷺ said, "No old woman can enter Al-Jannah." Hearing this, she was very sad and depressed. She was leaving the place. The Prophet ﷺ asked somebody to call her back. He asked her, why was she sad? Later the Prophet ﷺ said, "What I said was nothing but truth. No old woman can enter Al-Jannah. Before entering Al-Jannah, Allah will change all old women into young women." Hearing this, she was very happy. The Prophet's statement on healing were made at a time when scientific concept about sickness and cure was not formed until many centuries later. The clinical aspects of his statements on healing were examined biologically, pharmacologically in the laboratory using intact animals and isolated animal tissues. However, it is amazing that after carrying out thousands of research around the globe, it was found that not a single statement of the Prophet ﷺ is found to be contradictory to the basic principles of modern medical science. His statements are 100% correct, true. The Prophet ﷺ made statements 14 centuries ago. On the other hand, modern research scientists began to carry out huge number of researches in various parts of the globe, mainly in the last millennium. The results of the studies confirm that all his statements are scientifically correct. This further confirms that no one can claim the credit of knowing all these hidden facts of health and wellness, disease and treatment, as well as public health issues 14 centuries ago, except a prophet, a chosen man from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In fact, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was sent to this world as a mercy to humankind, rahmatul lil alamin. My dear brothers and sisters, medicine prescribed by an ordinary physician might be wrong. Even after a thorough investigation is made, based on the reports, prescription given by two doctors might be different. And it is very difficult for the patient to determine which one is wrong. Many modern physicians do not speak the truth. I'm sorry to say this. At times they certify a healthy person sick and recommend bed rest or sick leave for several months. At times they certify a dead person alive by keeping in an ICU unit and vice versa. But medicine prescribed by a prophet cannot be wrong, because his prescription is based on divine wisdom, revelation, and authentic. This hadith informs us that good physicians are the friends of the Prophet ﷺ, because they remove harm from the path of other human beings. The above hadith places physicians in close and consistent contact with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as they ask him for the success of their profession. In fact, the physician's positions in the process of healing is the reflection of divine mercy, by which Allah heals the patient and relieves the pain and sufferings. Physicians do not usually waste time in useless activities like gossiping, watching films based on false imaginary and immoral stories up to late night. Whatever time they have, they spend it meticulously and judiciously for the benefit and welfare of man. So I salute all the physicians for this noble work. They sincerely endeavor to reduce the pain and alleviate the sufferings of fellow human beings, and thus they benefit humanity. In the true sense of the term, a physician continues to pray to Allah for the success of his treatment. May I ask a simple question? Who created the disease? Allah, man, or physician? In fact, physicians can only identify diseases and ailments on the basis of available symptoms or manifestations of the disease. They did not and do not create any disease. May I ask, who created fever, diabetes, cancer? Man or physician or Allah? Who created coronavirus, whose size is only a few nanometers? Nanometer is 1000 part of micrometer. So is it physicians, scientists, or Allah? Certainly it is Allah who has created this deadly coronavirus, and there is certainly a strong reason known to him only why he has created the virus. From the hadith, we understand that medicine for all diseases are there. They are in place. Allah has created the remedies first, then the diseases. But all medicines are yet to be discovered by scientists. So there is room for continuing research. According to a Jewish narration reported by Hafiz ibn al-Qayyim rahmatullah alayhi, Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam once asked Allah, "O my Lord, where does ailment come from?" Allah replied, "From me." Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam again queried, "Where does the cure come from?" Allah responded, "From me." Then Ibrahim alayhi salam again inquired, "What is then the role of a physician?" Allah answered, "It is through a physician that his cure is provided by Allah." From the above three questions and their answers, we can get an idea about the significance of healing with the medicine of the Prophet ﷺ. As a matter of fact, since diseases are from Allah, the remedies are also from Allah. It is Allah who created the ingredients of medicine for healing. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created the entire animal and plant kingdoms for the benefit of man. The plant kingdom contains thousands of medicinal plants, millions of medicinal plants, herbs and shrubs. These plants contain millions of pharmacologically bioactive compounds, inactive constituents, and other ingredients, which together produce synergistic effects for the cure of various ailments. The third point is the physician. It is Allah who helps us to recognize a true physician. As a result, the physician is able to identify the disease correctly and prescribe the right medicine for healing. The fundamental principle of healing with the medicine of the Prophet is that Every sickness has a cure. This hadith of Sahih Muslim, narrated by Jabir ibn Abdullah radiallahu ta'ala anhu, indicates that if the disease is correctly identified and proper medicine is prescribed and dispensed, the disease will be healed by the wish of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. From the hadith, we understand that aging is an incurable disease. Some scientists say aging is not a disease, it is a natural process. My question is, who controls the nature? Is it not Allah? According to the Prophet ﷺ, aging is a disease but untreatable, incurable. Symptoms of old age can be treated to some extent, but aging cannot be treated. One can slow down the aging process with the help of some antioxidant vitamins, good quality food, regular exercise and walking, but none can prevent it. One can change the grey color of his hair black with a dye, but he cannot recover the strength he had while he was young. In the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَنُنَجِّلُ مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ مَا هُوَ شِفَاءٌ وَرَحْمَةٌ لِلْمُؤْمِنِينَ. This is a verse of Surah Bani Israel or Al-Isra. The Noble Quran is not a typical book of medicine, health science or pharmacy, but it provides effective guidance which, if followed, ensures good health and absolute healing. The Holy Quran provides the prescription for all types of ailments, be it physical or spiritual. It contains the prescription not only to treat an individual, but also a society, a nation, and finally the humankind. It contains the remedy for people who possess wicked character and for those who are socially misled. A large number of people who have come in contact with the Quran and received guidance from it stayed away from all kinds of evils, pollution, lust, and material influence. They also remained free from diseases and sickness and were not usually dependent on doctors and physicians. There are numerous examples of such people, such great people in the pages of history. Honey is manufactured in one of the world's most efficient factories, the beehive. In this factory, there is no worker who is a human, and there is no need for any machinery or equipment to manufacture honey. Honeybees do all the work. Honey is a splendid gift of nature, who is the most gracious Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bestowed on mankind. He inspired the honeybees to make this precious natural product for the benefit of man. Who trained the honeybees to make honey? From the numerous uses of honey as food and medicine, it is proved that the Prophet's statement made 1450 years ago are in true and in perfect agreement with the results of scientific research of the present time. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, in honey there is healing for man. Today we know through research that honey is an immune system stimulant. Honey is the best prophetic medicine for the treatment of diarrhea, AIDS, and many other diseases. It is more effective than antibiotic gentamicin. It is bactericidal. It is antibacterial. According to an Egyptian scientist, dilute sterile solution of the honey can cure the internal infections of the eye. My dear brothers and sisters, spiritual sickness is the illness of the heart. Illness of the heart comprises two types. The first is suspicion, error, and doubt. And the second one is desire, allurement, and sin. Hypocrisy, illegal desire for wealth, and lust for other women beyond one's matrimonial home are the sickness of the heart. Example of illegal love between two married persons. Modern medicine is yet to address the illness of the heart, whereas the Quran illumines both types of disease. It is only the prophets and the messengers of Allah who provided appropriate remedies, both spiritual and emotional, for the ailments of the heart. The sickness of desire or allurement is the sin of adultery. Dear brothers and sisters, what about parokiya prem? It is unlawful love between two married persons of opposite sex beyond their matrimonial homes. Can one imagine the harmful and disastrous effect of this disease? The ill effects of this disease are so severe and dangerous that men or women who are the victims of this disease do not hesitate even to kill their own children or run away from their own home due to the adverse effects of this illness. Is there any modern medicine to treat this? Certainly none. There is none. In fact, this so-called modern society at times encourages this evil deed as a freedom of choice. But Islam has effective preventive measures to cure such illegal, unlawful relationship right from the beginning. It has prescribed exemplary punishments so that this criminal practice and wicked acts do not reoccur. There are several verses of the Quran and prophetic statements condemning this evil act. You all know that Prophet Yusuf ﷺ was a man of true heart. He was free from the sickness of the heart. King's beautiful wife, his young age, no man around. Despite this great opportunity, the disease could not catch him. He was battling to run away. He was able to differentiate between right and wrong, in spite of severe provocation by a beautiful woman during his youth. The Quran has enumerated the details of this true story. Dear brothers and sisters, Mahatma Gandhi said, "The world is sufficient to meet everybody's need, but not enough for everybody's greed." In fact, there is no physician who can heal anyone who is sick with ignorance, and there is no medicine that can cure anyone who is sick with greed. For example, let's assume one needs for 5 persons for 60 years sustenance and living 20 crores taka. But the desire to achieve 20,000 crores of taka, why this desire? He doesn't need it, but he wants it. As for the remedies of the body, this is a part of the Prophet's law. The remedies of the body should be used when needed. Other than that, it is better to spend the time and energy curing the illness of the heart and soul and preventing any harm from touching them. This is the ultimate goal that the Prophet's mission seeks to achieve.